Happy Monday. Well, we saw something last week that is worthy of conversation, I think. And it has to do with, of all things, sailing. Not just sailing big yachts. You know, that's part of Long Beach and living in Long Beach, but it's not something you and I are involved in very often. But last week we saw something on the ocean that was pretty impressive. There's this thing called Transpac, and it's this big yacht race where they leave here and go all the way to Hawaii. And it's a big deal. That's a long ways away. Well, I won't guess how long. At any rate, a friend of mine, John Sangmeister, has a boat. It's a little bit more than a boat. It's a big-ass yacht. And he was in the race. And there was another boat also in the race with a name that you might remember, Disney. This is Roy Disney. Now, they were part of maybe 100 boats on the way to Hawaii. But I guess there's stuff in the ocean these days. And 3 days out or 2 days out, Mr. Sangmeister's boat hit something. And it put a big hole in his boat. And they were sinking in the middle of the ocean. Put out a mayday. And Mr. Disney's boat, which had a good chance to win this race, turned around. Stopped, quit the race, came back, and literally saved the crew. Pretty good deal. Quite the story. But I think it's more important to understand how much the Disney crew gave up to go back and help their friends. These people spend thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on this one race. It only happens every other year. It's a big deal. And they gave all of that money up to turn around so they could help their friends. Now there's another story. You know, Mr. Sangmeister lost his boat. And that's a big loss. And yet all he talked about after it was over was how heroic the Disney crew was to help him and his friends. That's pretty good stuff. And I think it ought to remind us, all the people that don't have yachts, that it's always a good idea to help other people in distress. Always. No excuses. No, well, gosh, I got to get to this, or I spent a lot of money to go do that. You see a problem, you stop and you help. And that kind of is something that would be nice that people remember. Lots of folks in Long Beach remember that every day. But I think it's something that we need to be reminded about every day too. So think about that. The boat that did the rescue was called Pyewacket. Yeah, that's all you have to do. Wake up in the morning and say, Pyewacket. Well, okay, don't do that. But think about it. I'm going to. Thanks.